Hi everyone, welcome back to Insert Data. Today is day 18 of 45 days DAX challenge series. In this video, we are going to learn one-time intelligence function, that is DATEADD. So be with me till end of this video. I promise you will have clear understanding of this important time intelligence function. Before we start, if you are here for the first time, so don't forget to hit the like, share and subscribe to the channel. So let's jump to Power BI and see that add function in detail. Okay, so here we are on Power BI desktop. So I have not like uploaded the data. So first I'll upload the data and we'll see everything in action. So I have CSV. So how you can upload the data? In home we have get data, but here, right? So just click on get data and click on this text/CSV. So I have this sales data file. Okay, after here we have three options, that is load, transform data or cancel. Okay, so I'll click on this transform data. As you could see here, this the column name, that is date, product, region, revenue is our first row. So how we can modify this? We have one function here, that is use first row as header. So I'll click on this, then this date, product, region, revenue will become header. Now we'll change the data type based on the, so here ABC is written, right? That means by default the data type is string. So what I'll do is I'll change the data type. So this is date column, so I'll just change the data type to date. Okay, next is product, so this is a string, so this is fine. Again next is region, so this is a string type, so that is fine. Next is revenue, so this is kind of integer, so I'll change this to whole number. Okay, so I'll click on this whole number. After changing everything, here on the top left we have close and apply button, so I'll click on this close and apply. That means the whatever changes we have done, that will be applied, and the so we got the data here, right? If I see the data, see we got the data here. You could see here this data type is date format, but here format is in like day and date, so you can change according to your like preferences. So here let's say I'm changing this to DDMMYY, this one. Yeah, so we have the updated date column. Now what we are going to see here is DATEADD function, right? So what DATEADD function does in Power BI DAX? So it is a time intelligence function, and it is used to shift dates forward or backward by a specific interval. We will see interval, we will see everything like what is forward shift, what is backward shift, everything. Here interval means like how you wanna shift, let's say for by 1 year, by month, by date, by quarter. Okay, we will see, don't worry. So what is the use of DATEADD function? So we use DATEADD function to compare current revenue to previous month or previous years. Okay, so I think I have given more theoretical knowledge. Let's jump to practical. So what I'll do is I'll create one new measure, and one most important thing, you cannot use DATEADD function as calculated column here. For example, here if I go on table view, you cannot create one new column and use DATEADD function there. Okay, it is wrong. So we can use DATEADD column with measure. So what I'll do is I'll create on new measure here, right? So the measure name, let's say I'll say previous revenue equal to, I'll say calculate. I want like the total revenue, so I'll say sum of revenue. Okay, now I'll use DATEADD function. DATEADD asks for three arguments. First one is date, second is number of interval, third is interval, right? So what it gives is moves the given set of dates by a specific interval. So here dates here is nothing but the date column which we are referring here. So here we have sales data date column, so this column I'm talking about, right? Comma, number of interval, like how much interval you are giving. Okay, like if I'm giving interval in positive manner, let's say if I give 1, that means it gives the future projections, right? If I give in a negative, it will give the previous one. And interval, like what type of interval? Day, month, year, quarter. Let's say for this example I'm giving month. So if I close the parenthesis properly, we have one measure. Okay, now what I'll do is I'll create one new table here. Okay, and we'll drag this date. So we have like year, quarter, month, day. So what I'll do is I'll just remove this day and quarter from this one. Okay, and we'll increase the size. So let's, here we have 10, so I'll give this 20. Okay, no, sorry, 20. And the column header I'll also increase to 20. Now what I'll do is I'll just drag this revenue as well here. So we have revenue for each month, for January 2023, for Feb 2023 likewise, right? And will this drag this previous revenue measure again into this here. So you can see here we do not have any like value for this previous revenue, but we have total here, right? Total is 16,250. So why this revenue is not coming, and how we can like work on it? So what we have to do here now is we have to create one separate table, that would be like date table. So how we create separate table? So we'll go on the here and we'll click this home, and we have this new table option, right? So here I'll say date table. Date table, how we create date table? I'll use calendar. Calendar asks for two arguments, that is start date comma end date. And what is the definition? It returns a table with one column of all dates between a start date and end date. So what is a start date and end date in this case? So a start date is nothing but the minimum of the date column of sales data. So what I'll say, minimum of this sales date column, right? And this is the start date. End date is the maximum of that column, sales data date column, right? So if I press enter here, we have the newly date column, but the data type is date time, so you can change as per your, yeah. So I have changed to date. Again I'll change the format again, I'll say DDMMYY, right? You can create here any column based on your requirement, like just let's say new column I'll say for you. So year column I want to create, right? So year column is year function, year of what? This date column of date table, right? So we have, yeah, year one, right? You can create month as well. Okay, so I'll say month format, I want month in a like text format. So again date table date column, right? Format, I want, let's say, only the first three characters. So what I'll do is I'll give MMMM 3 times. So we have like Jan, Feb, only 3 character of the name. If I give like let's say 4 times, so we will have the name in full format, like the proper name of the month, but I want only first 3 character, so I'll give MMMM, right? Now again let's say I want to create the month number. So how we can give month number? I'll say month of what? Which column? Date table column, right? Date table of date column. So if month is January, month number is 1, right? Now what we have to do is we have to create relationship between the sales table data and this data table, right? So the common column here is date column. So what I'll do is I'll drag this date to date. Now here cardinality as of now here is 1 to 1, but I'll change this to many to 1. Okay, why? Because the sales data table, which date column here, this one which I am highlighting now, it may have like duplicate dates. Okay, that is the reason I am preferring here many relationship. But for date table date column, this one, it will have all the dates unique value. That means there may be like multiple dates okay, same date multiple times for this in sales data table, but that the date will be unique for this date table. That is the reason I'm just changing the cardinality to many to one. So what I'll do now is I'll click on this save. So I'm able to create the relationship. Now if I go to report view, see, we got the the proper answer here. So I was using, if I uh, show you the measure here, I am using -1. -1 means the previous month, one previous month. Okay, that is the reason here for Feb I am the getting data for Jan 1, right? For March I am getting data of February. For April I am getting data of the sales data of the previous month, that is March. And in this case here, that is 15th Jan 2024, we do not have data of like December 2023. That is the reason this particular row is coming as blank. But again, for Feb, March, April and May and June, we have the correct data. For example, let's say if I change this -1 to, let's say, +1, okay, then we will have the future one data. Okay, see, for 1200 we do not have like previous one. That is the reason the one new column, one new row is not coming. But if we talk about here Feb month, so Feb, the previous month is Jan. That is the reason we have the data of here Feb for January, right? And for March we have data of April here, right? You can compare this one. I hope you understood, and based on that you can compare like 1 month, 2 month, 3 month, or let's say year or quarter, everything based on the requirement. Fine, I hope you understood. Still, if you have any doubt, please don't forget to comment your doubt into the comment section. Definitely I'll look into it. We will meet tomorrow with some important DAX function. Till then, take care and bye.